This is From the South. My name is RAKHINE. We begin in Venezuela, where it would seem that the military is preparing for an invasion. Drills were held this week and the military vowed to defend the country's sovereignty and integrity. This comes 2 weeks after US President Donald Trump said he would not rule out a military option in the South American nation. Also, Trump on Friday imposed a new round of sanctions on Venezuela, targeting the financial sector. The move bans trade of Venezuelan debt and prevents the country's state-run oil company PDVSA from selling new bonds to US citizens or financial groups. The government described the sanctions as, quote, one of the worst aggressions against Venezuela in recent years.
Venezuela tiene derecho y la obligación de prepararse para defender nuestra integridad territorial, nuestra soberanía nacional y el derecho a la paz que tiene nuestro amado pueblo. Esta es una tierra sagrada.
In Guatemala, the Attorney General there says he will work alongside the International Commission Against Impunity in Guatemala, the CICIG, to investigate the nation's political parties on suspicion of illegal campaign financing during the 2015 presidential election campaign. The CICIG had previously kicked off a graft probe focused on the elder brother as well as one of the sons of President Jimmy Morales. The organization was also instrumental in removing Morales' predecessor, Otto Perez, from office after identifying him as a key player in an alleged multi-million-dollar corruption racket. Perez is now in prison on trial with his former vice president. On day 71 of the national strike, teachers in Peru took to the streets where they clashed with police close to the National Congress in downtown Lima. They continue to demand a salary increase, better working conditions, and the repeal of an education reform law that they see as an affront to labor rights. Clashes broke out when police attempted to prevent protesters from blocking Abanque Avenue, a major road in the heart of the capital city.
Somos maestros que queremos ser verdaderamente nosotros reconocidos como lo que somos. Basta de estar atropellados como estamos. Miren la maestra, ya un maestro herido. Basta, señor, basta.
In Brazil, 22 people were killed when a ferry capsized in Brazil's coastal state of Bahia on Thursday. There were roughly 130 people on board. This is Brazil's second fatal maritime accident this week. Local authorities said 21 others had been rescued by the Navy. Across the world now, at least 13 people have been killed by a suicide bomber at a Shi'ite Muslim mosque in Kabul, Afghanistan. The suicide bomber blew himself up at the mosque as other attackers stormed the building. At least 10 civilians were killed, including women and children, while another 30 were wounded. Violent protesters erupted in India, killing at least 19 people after a court convicted a self-styled godman of raping 2 women. This angered thousands of Gurmeet Ram Nahin Singh's supporters, who said he was innocent. Singh is the head of a social welfare and spiritual group and was found guilty of raping 2 of his followers in the case, which dates back to the year 2012. At least 59 insurgents and 12 members of Myanmar's security forces have been killed in RAKHINE state after Muslim militants reportedly attacked 30 police posts and an army base there. The office of Myanmar's de facto leader, Aung San Suu Kyi, announced the death toll in the statement, claiming that the Rohingya people killed were fighters. And to close, we head back to Peru, where archaeologists announced that they found ancient tombs of 16 Chinese immigrants within a pre-Inca archaeological site. The tombs were over a century old, and according to a representative from Peru's Ministry of Culture, the site was most likely chosen by the immigrants because they did not want to be buried in Catholic cemeteries. And that's how we end this Friday. Remember, there is more on these and other stories on our website, telesurtv.net/English, and you can join us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook for updates of the day's top stories. For TeleSUR English, I'm RAKHINE. Have a great weekend.